this. Alright, just seeing my motions is moving as far. How many fingers am I holding up? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Alright, so cheers. Cheers. Libations. Mm. So, anywho, so I'm doing this because there's been a lot of speculations on, oh, is Trump's racist? He just got elected. Give this motherfucker a chance. I know you don't want to give him any chances. People who know Trump are actually New Yorkers. You know what I mean? New Yorkers know Trump. We know he's actually for the greater good and blah blah blah. He came from the bottom. If we want to call it the bottom, we ain't gonna call it the bottom. We gonna call it you know, the what's it called? Not white privilege, because I'm gonna touch on that shit in a second. Because y'all motherfuckers, this is a double standard going on. There's white privilege and there's black privilege. You know what I mean? There's white power, then there's black power. Then you have this cracker and nigga issue, which I'm definitely gonna get right down to the bottom of. I'm gonna get on down to it. But we know him as being the guy that's the big mogul that seemed like he came out of nothing. Somebody gave him some money. You could either flip it or you just sit there and spend it. You know what I mean? He flipped it. He flipped it and became what he was. You know what I mean? Everybody knew who the fuck he was. It's a real estate game with this shit. Right now we dealing with the Obamacare. You know, Obamacare works like this. These are the things that they didn't tell you in the whole bill. You get fined every time you don't, have health care. Now, here's the funny shit about that. Now, I was all for the shit. You know what I mean? I was all for the shit. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Had healthcare, disappeared. You know what I mean? Oh, it's not affordable. You need healthcare. You know what I mean? Now, what that tells me is a way of saying, you know, if you're healthy and you don't need and you want to pay out of pocket, you're fucked when the tax man come. Fuck, I already got like a million tax problems. Motherfuckers, they coming to get me. Believe that. But you know what I mean. It takes a while. The actual rule is $10,000. You have to have like $10,000 before they can actually knock on your door. Like, all right, bro, we got handcuffs. We got the police. You owe us some motherfucking money. There's some people that have that shit astronomical and they make deals and they pay that shit off. And people got to deal with stuff like that also. Repealing it or getting it back together doesn't really make a difference. You know what I mean? It doesn't really make a difference when people get healthcare. They get healthcare. They get fined. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do about it? Shit, you voted for the motherfucker. Anyway, let's see. 3 minutes in. So, all right. So what happened was a while back. I was hearing people go, my nigga this, my nigga that. Black people have to take the full fucking blame for this shit. You know why? Because we're sitting here listening to the same freaking music. We're promoting this music. We're talking to each other on the street in front of these other races. We're not just gonna say white people, because every race hears this shit. Okay? So we get on stage, yo, where's my niggas at? Everybody screaming, ah! What are they gonna do when they get home? Eventually they're gonna say, what is that dialect that they talk? What is this stuff that they, yeah, my nigga, yeah, you know what I'm saying, my nigga. And all of a sudden it becomes this trend, and everybody seems cool for doing it. And the whiter you are, the cooler you are, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's like the whiter you are, it's like if you do say it and you get away with it, it's like either you have either you have the pass by a certain amount of people, either you're tough enough to do it, or either you've been accepted as somebody who is accepted by black people enough to say it, or the best one, or bam, you're a racist and you're just trying to say that shit specifically to say it. You know, you want to go back to your homeboys and be like, yo, I was with my black friend the other day. I called him a nigga. He didn't do shit. Yo, I was with, yo. I was like, yo, what's up, nigga? How you doing? He didn't say shit to me. He just passed the blunt. Nigga. Yo, that was dope, nigga. You know, they probably do that. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of that. So, you know, I'm wondering, so why the hell did cracker ever become, you know, something to say? And I'm trying to figure this out. Like, the fuck? Because I don't know, I wouldn't know how to use it. You know, I don't know how to even use it. I would, a white person calls me a nigga. The first thing I'm thinking is call him a nigga back. You know, that's not gonna work. You know, that's not gonna work. They're not gonna be offended. They're gonna look at you and they're gonna laugh and they're probably gonna lynch you. You know what I mean? It's one or the other. And depending on where you are, because you know, in urban states, it's like you have to let a lot of them slide, but they know better. You know what I mean? They know better. Then there's other states. It's like, you know, they're rebellious. They're in the honky towns and shit where the Confederate flag is waving every day, and they're blasting nigga music. If you know what I mean, everything gotta have the nigga in it. If you say nigga in a song, all of a sudden it sells. All of a sudden, you know what I mean? And it's like the stuff is not allowed on the radio, but if you bleep it out a certain way, you can still say the word. It's still sayable. You know what I mean? It's still usable and all that other shit. So I'm watching, you know, I seen a couple slave movies. See, 12 Years a Slave, wasn't impressed. You know, I seen the Django. I was like, all right, they kill a lot of white people, but I'm not like, you know, I don't get it. You know, it's just a black exploitation film. Technically, you know, it's just that, oh, look at him. Let's see how he kills the white people. Okay, no. We got to get with a historic joint like the Nat Turner movie. Now, the funny thing about the Nat Turner movie is they called it Birth of a Nation. Or The Birth of a Nation. Now, there was another movie, if you haven't recalled, called Birth of a Nation. If you look that up, it was a silent movie, right? It was all about the Ku Klux Klan rise, you know what I mean? And their saving of the. It was a long ass movie. I'll put it that way. It was like they kind of. It was kind of like they saved the day or avenge their, you know, Southern brothers. It was something like that, but it wasn't really, you know, it wasn't popular with the black people, of course. But in the freaking 30s or before the 30s, it was like the freaking 1900s and shit. It was a popular movie. It really brought to light, you know, what the whole downfall of the South Confederacy was, you know, and like all the people that got hurt, and you know, we can hold our handkerchief and be like Arrivederci and all that other shit, you know. But at the end of the day, like it was the Union coming to take over, you know what I mean? And they didn't give a fuck about the slaves there either, you know what I mean? So Nat Turner was a they should have made it the Nat Turner movie. You know what I mean? The Nat Turner story, something like that. But to call it The Birth of a Nation is like, that's outright bothering the people that used to watch that other movie. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, come on, man. Like, you know, our kids need to hear this story. This is a story about the one of the most famous slave rebellions on American soil. All right, Nat Turner came up. You know what I mean? But the first thing that is noted is that he learned how to read. That was important. You know what I mean? Learn how to read. So he learns how to read, starts this whole rebellion, and you know he goes to other places. You know, because once he learned how to read, first thing they give him is a Bible. First thing they give him is a Bible. He gets this Bible, starts reading it. All of a sudden, he knows how to preach. He starts seeing the way these slaves are treated, and all of a sudden, he's like, he has to subliminally, like, speak to these people through the Bible and through his preaching. And somehow they started to understand him. You know what I mean? Somehow. Because they could have just sat there like, what the hell is this nigga talking about? That's how they talk. And I'm like, who is he? N-word. You know, I'm one of the first people to tell you, listen, I'm one of those rappers that used to use that word fluently a million gazillion times. All the fucking time. You know what I mean? Because that's what I thought was supposed to be the norm. And it was always this taboo, like, if white people said, oh, we gonna do something to him. Motherfucker, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. The only reason they might have stopped saying it is possibly because there's not a black president in the office. Ding, ding, ding. But we don't know this. We don't know this. You know what I mean? Nobody knows. I'm just addressing certain shit. You can do. I'm just blurting out what the fuck that has been on my mind. I've been behind the thing with the whole lectures thing. So there's a scene in the movie. There's a scene in the movie where this guy is just cracking this whip over and over again to get these guys to get more cotton. So I'm like, oh, so that's a cracker. All right, so a cracker is not like your white best friend. A cracker could be your white best friend, your white friend that's actually calling you a nigga all the time. That's possible. But a cracker actually is, because this is educational for the white people, so they know when you get called a cracker, you know why. All right, this is for the. They keep trying to rush you to get the job done. You know what I mean? Like, these are the guys that, this is stuff that you shouldn't really have to be doing, but they just want to keep cracking that whip. Like, if you don't do this shit, we're going to hit you. We're going to hit you. That's a cracker. Okay? Anybody else is not a cracker. It's just could be a black cracker. This black guy, the black guy could be a black boss, stressing you out at work. You know what? That cracker's annoying. You know what I mean? It's a black guy, but it's a cracker. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different kind of ways to do that. So I finally figured that out. Y'all can use that to y'all advantage. Crackers beware, white people. Keep your eyes open for them racist ass niggas that's gonna call you a cracker unnecessarily. Now, let me see here. Black power is like economic. People be like, oh, black power. Black power is an answer to white power. So it's like you have white power, you have black power. So when somebody goes white power, they usually like kill a nigga. You know what I mean? When you say black power, you're like, we're trying to survive. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to survive. We're trying to live. You know what I mean? You say like, black power, it's like we're trying to, keep our own shit. White power is like, fuck niggas. Y'all ain't getting shit. We own this. You know what I mean? Like, fuck niggas. Like, that's what white power is about. At least that's what the show. You know what I mean? That's what the show. I haven't been into any, I haven't infiltrated any Ku Klux Klan's meetings. I have infiltrated the fuck out of every single black separatist group. Everyone known to man. And I'm not impressed, bro. I'm not impressed. Let me see. There's another double standard. I don't remember what it was. Cause let me stop playing. That's a double standard, and we need to realize that, like, that shit is getting old. It's getting old. It's getting old. We got too many, gay and lesbians trying to talk about that they're black. Like, that's a whole other thing with that. It's a whole other thing with that. There's girls calling themselves niggas too. You know what I mean? And it's like they went through that little phase for a little while. And you know what? Not impressed. At the end of the day, I don't think the word should be said at all. Neither nigga or cracker. But, y'all keep fucking around and, we got to keep doing our thing. I want to also congratulate Donald Trump on an amazing victory against Hillary. I've been a Hillary supporter forever. We go back since the Hub date. We go back since MySpace. You know what I mean? We go back since, Monica Lewinsky. Alright, but, sorry she lost. And we gotta deal with this shit. You remember Bush. You know what time it is. Let's just hope nothing flies into a tower. Maybe we could get some money this time. Peace. I'm out. Senator Eric Carthage.